If you loved our last live show in LA, then I have got good news for you because Riyadh season is coming to the UK. We are going to be live inside a packed Wembley Stadium for one of the best cards in British boxing history. In the main event, it's the Battle of Britain as Anthony Joshua attempts to become a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world against Daniel Dubois. Joshua will be confident after 2 quick stoppages against Otto Wallen and Francis Ngannou. But Daniel Dubois will believe he has enough to beat the great Anthony Joshua after 2 stoppages of his own against Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgović. These 2 beasts are putting it all on the line and the card is stacked, including the rising star Hamza Shiraz, the Olympic medalist Joshua Buatsi, the Leeds warrior Josh Warrington, and the former WBO world champion Liam Smith. And he's not the only Liam showing up because Liam Gallagher will be performing 3 Oasis classics in front of Wembley Stadium. It's another classic Riyadh season card on the 21st of September. Watch it with us live on the Pain Game YouTube channel. All right, it's time for the face-off reaction. Some of you might have noticed I've been a bit quiet lately. I had a little break. Honestly, it very rarely happens, but I'm feeling fucking good for it, and I am buzzing for this fight. We all know styles make fights, and for me, the dream scenario is always the same. 2 heavyweights who come to throw bombs. That's exactly what we got. We've got 2 absolute giants, right? I've been in the hotel in Saudi with both of these guys, seen them both in person. I'm a big dude. They're fucking massive, right? They're shredded. They're just pure athletic beasts, these 2. They're both in great form, arguably in the form of their life. I don't think either fighter has ever looked better than they look right now. So they're full of confidence. 2 British lads headlining Wembley. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this for me. Like, all right, maybe AJ versus Fury would be better, but like, very few fights in the world right now am I more excited for than this. And to be going to Wembley with my boys on the Pain Game, sitting in that stadium, covering it live, 96,000 I think is going to be there. It's fucking insane. You already know I came from nothing, right? Literally, I've said it a million times, the iPhone on the ironing board. You know, you have followed my journey. I've done some cool things before in the past. I'm very grateful, like even going all the way back to, we did this little influencer football game called the Wembley Cup that became something massive. Then Logan Paul versus KSI in Manchester, commentating on that was cool. Then to Riyadh season and being a part of everything that they've been doing, mental. LA, I never thought I would go to America in my life, to be honest, because I'm such a fucking miserable bastard. I don't really travel like that. But to do a show live from Wembley Stadium with the headliner as Anthony Joshua, the biggest fucking star we've produced in British boxing. Yes, you can compare Tyson Fury's skills and the records and all of that, but as a star, AJ is a fucking star, man. And this is a career highlight for me. And again, I know I will say it, without you lot backing me, turning up for these videos, supporting these live streams, I wouldn't be in this position today. So fucking hell, thank you so much. I am really up for this one. And before I forget, the link for the pay-per-view is in the description below. You can watch it live on DAZN through our link. Not only are you getting a great pay-per-view in HD quality and not having to do all that fuckery with these illegal streams, switching off the fucking adverts and restarting every fucking 5 seconds, but you're also helping the channel out, and obviously I'm very grateful for that. Now it's time for the face-off, and what I like about face-offs and pre-fight build-up is you do get a window. You do sometimes see little cracks appearing. We've seen it with Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. We'd never seen Fury not look the most confident man in the room until Alexander Usyk was in front of him. We did see a little crack appear in there, and it showed why when we seen the fight. And maybe between Dubois and AJ, because they have shared the ring a lot in sparring, we might see a few things in this.
I think he's the young guy. I think he's matured, and over the last few years he's had some great experience, and it's all gelling for him. He's had 2 really good performances in his last 2 fights against fighters who have come to fight, strong guys. One of the fighters was an avoided fighter in Hrgović. You know, in the trade everybody was saying he's one of the best heavyweights out there, and he broke Hrgovic's heart.
You know what, I just want to piggyback off of that. The level of dog that Daniel Dubois showed against Hrgović to take a lot of punishment early on and to keep fucking coming, eating shots, keep coming. I didn't think he had that in him, really. Don't get me wrong, I knew he was a good fighter, but in previous fights, we'd seen him show a bit of quit against Joe Joyce. And I think if you're losing to a Joe Joyce, then a Hrgović logically should have a bit too much for you technically. He showed he'd leveled up in that fight. And I've got to give credit to the coaches. Like, my God, could you fucking hear them? I was in the arena at the time and I watched the footage back because I had a cameraman man at ringside, they were given everything to tell Daniel Dubois all of the right things. So what a bit of progress he's made in a short space of time. Look at AJ. He's fucking... I love seeing AJ like this, you know, because for a while there, he was very clean cut, very classy. And look, you got to look after the money, right? You got to get the brands coming in. You got to smile for the cameras. But this is the AJ we fucking look. That pissed off, moody AJ who's ready to beat the shit out of someone. And I think this is part of the reason why his performances have been so fantastic, is that spiteful puncher is well and truly back.
And for me, this is a battle of the heart and the minds. That's what it's going to be.
I kind of disagree with Frank here. Don't get me wrong, like the will to win and desire, yeah, it's all important. It's all going to play a factor. But I think that the technical side of the game, when you get two beasts like this, whoever's got the right game plan, that could be where the winner comes from. And Daniel Dubois' coach, I think Don Charles, he really believes he's got all the answers for AJ, because I think he's worked with him before. So could be interesting.
It's the worst time to fight Anthony Joshua, I think, of his whole career. He has the skill, he has the experience, and being back here, it's like being home.
I'm not disagreeing with Eddie. AJ is one of the best big fighters in the game. Like, his experience and how he has delivered time and time again under the lights, under the most amount of pressure, that's invaluable coming into a fight like this against a younger guy who's like 10 years younger almost, or 8 years younger.
Some have questioned some things about you, right? Your resilience. People have said he quits, things I completely disagree with. You've showed people now in your last 2 fights, you are the real deal. You are coming into your best, right?
Of course, you know, I was speaking about before, I was in a dark place and I was going through some stuff, but I feel like I've been resurrected now. And
this terminology of quitting and being a quitter, has Daniel Dubois quit in fights before? In my opinion, yes, he has. Does that mean he can never overcome that and that he's forever a quitter? I think that's a limited way of thinking about it. We've all struggled at things before and gave up with it, and then come back and tried again and improved and eventually stopped quitting. And I think that's very possible for Daniel Dubois to overcome that. I could be wrong, and maybe it is ingrained into him, and that will come out when he starts taking punishment from AJ. I could be wrong. But the way he fought against Big Baby Miller, the way he fought against Hrgović, he did take punishment. It wasn't easy. It was a fucking arduous, grueling fight that he had to keep coming forward and keep overcoming pressure, and he showed great will and determination in that. So I don't know if I pay too much attention to this idea that he's just a quitter.
The first 2 rounds of Hrgović, how many right-handers did he catch with? I mean, I was getting off watching how many right-handers he got caught with, and we've been talking about it. That's resilience.
It is resilience. It is also stupidity. I don't mean this in a nasty way, because I really like Dubois. But him himself, he would have been disappointed watching back how poor his defence was at times against Hrgović. So on the one hand, credit to you. You took a bunch of right hands, you kept coming, fair fucks. But on the other hand, what the fuck were you doing taking all those right hands, pal? Because Anthony Joshua doesn't fuck around with his right hands are not going to feel like Hrgovic's. It's like getting hit with a pillow and getting hit with a brick. That's the level of difference we're talking with, yeah. And I'm not even saying Hrgović is like pillow-fisted, but it's a gulf in power.
He gave Usyk his toughest fight up until the fight with Tyson. That was a tough night for Usyk at the end of the day, and then, unfortunately...
I love that little look between... Because you know what? AJ and Eddie, they're like brothers at this point. They've been working together for that many years. You know, when you're mates with someone, you don't even have to fucking say a word. You just give them the look. And that little look there, it was basically saying, hardest fight, bollocks. And you know what? I agree if that is the case of what they're saying, because don't get me wrong, Dubois did put up a good fight against Usyk, absolutely, but he wasn't his hardest fight. No fucking way. He's actually smiling. It's something about Frank Warren. He fucking really pisses AJ off, and I've noticed this. Like, and obviously AJ's team Matchroom, and for years they've just been at loggerheads. And Eddie is like, look, Eddie's a bit of an older guy, right? So he's able to let go of the rivalry, let go of things that have been said. AJ is a competitive athlete. He's not letting go of anything. He deals in revenge. That's his business. He's never ever gonna like Frank Warren.
He's now shown what he's all about. He's you're 26 now.
Yeah.
26 years of age. That's a baby for a heavyweight. I'm not sure. How old are you now, AJ? What, you're 30?
24.
Stone. What are you now, about 35?
34.
34. So
Age will be a factor in this. Make no mistake about it. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on which side you're on. Because on the one hand, AJ's got a lot of experience, big fight experience, and that can only help him in certain situations. But on the other hand, if it does come down to a battle of endurance, stamina, we've seen Dubois got good stamina, and his age can only help him in that sense.
but he is hungry. He can fight. I've never had any doubt in his ability. He can jab, he can punch, he's got good movement, he's fast. The only thing about it is in his head.
You know, I'll give Frank a pat on the back there, because as an athlete, we're not talking about boxing skill, technique, and, you know, boxing IQ, but as a pure athlete, Daniel Dubois is a fucking beast of a man. One of the best athletes in boxing in terms of heavyweight fighting, absolutely. The stamina that he has got, combined with the speed and power he's got, he's a fucking freak. Right? He's special, he's gifted. It's just the technical side of the game, the intelligence side of the game, that I think he's yet to fully grasp to the level of the elite. However, off the back of 2 fights that he's just had, he is learning, and that is going to come in time. It's just how long it takes him, and is he there yet?
Hrgović was a feared fighter, you know, and people will look at that and say, well, he was out of shape, he had no pop in his shots, but everyone looks to do that. They like to diminish a win, but it was a big win, and it was the win that got him here. This guy's on a completely different level to the Hrgović you saw on June 1st, but he's young.
What I will say about that win against Hrgović, from watching the footage that we captured when we were in Saudi, the brutality of it, the violence of it, it wasn't just punches being thrown. Dubois is a nasty piece of work when he's sticking his head right into the chin at times, and he's a roughhouse fighter. And that is going to be interesting, because AJ, he's got a bit of a temper, and if you try and fucking ruffle his feathers, you know, will he be able to keep it together game plan wise? And I think that's definitely going to be a part of their game plan. They've got to unsettle him. You got to get him not thinking as straight as he would like to be, right? Because AJ is a clever, calculated beast. You don't want him being calculated.
Frank talked about the right hands he took. If he took one of them, there's a real problem. And he took 30 of them. And he showed great chin and great heart, but not against...
Would AJ take them shots?
I think so. I mean, Hrgović took them fine. So, you know, you never really...
Hey, they've got their own little look to each other. I do like that. I mean, look, Eddie said Hrgović took them fine. I think he's misspoken there. Hrgović, his face looked like a butcher had been at it by the end of that fight. I mean, he was bashed up. He didn't take them fine. It sucked the will out of him. That was a fight Hrgović was expected to win. I think he was an undefeated fighter coming into that. He was very confident coming into that. And when someone's that confident, you've got to take their will from him. And Daniel Dubois absolutely fucking did that. That being said, Eddie's point about you can't take them off AJ is absolutely spot on. I watched the Otto Wallen fight just before making this fucking video, just going through research and enjoying the hype for this, and my God, what a performance that was from Anthony Joshua. It was punch perfect almost. So you don't want to take a fucking missile like that off Anthony Joshua over and over and over again and not get your fucking hands up properly.
You took the kitchen sink off him, which was very impressive. And I give you incredible respect from that.
And the fridge.
You don't even have to take the kitchen
cooker.
sink off him.
A lot.
You just have to take a little, you know, cocktail spoon.
All right, I'm not fighting you, Eddie. So.
No.
Dubois, he's not the best speaker, right? Bless him. But he's one that you root for. I've always called him the Forrest Gump of boxing, because he's this lovable innocence about him, despite him being one of the most violent bastards in the ring. I love it when occasionally he comes up with a brilliant little one-liner.
No, you deserve your shot. You deserve your shot, and you're world heavyweight. And I love that you're world heavyweight champion.
Eddie is really speaking like, yeah, you deserve your shot. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. And it's so condescending. Even though Daniel Dubois sat at that table as the heavyweight champion, because they obviously had to strip Usyk because he wasn't able to defend the title in time and all of that political crap that we deal with in boxing. But Eddie really is talking to Dubois like, well done, kid. Yeah, and that's the attitude, 100%, is you're the little kid here. AJ's big man. And that might play against AJ if that's his state of mind, you know. He needs to very much be looking at Dubois like, I got to respect this guy.
I love it. Because I hate whenever AJ wins a belt, oh, he won a vacant title, this and that. He gets to dethrone you. That's the beautiful thing about it, you know. And great, you dethrone the champion, and you know, I think you got our attention, you got the world's attention. Well done.
Eddie is so fucking condescending. Yeah, well done. You got the world's attention. Now let's see what you can do. You know, that is the attitude. And look, I fucking love it. I can't lie.
How does it feel to be heavyweight champion of the world?
It's great, you know, just, you know, forgive me, I'm actually a little bit tired. I just got off the plane today.
That's okay.
Come back from Brazil.
So there you go.
I don't know why that's so funny, but Dubois' face. So AJ is obviously like well aware of everything Dubois is doing, and he's letting him know, like, oh, I know what you're doing. I know where the fuck you are. And Dubois is like, this little face he pulls. I've got to replay this.
There you go.
These two have been in the ring a lot, in sparring, and it's just showing how comfortable they are, but in an awkward way. I just fucking love the fact that this is the way it's going right now. It's bubbling nicely, this. It's cooking.
Yeah. Have you guys shared a ring before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
loads of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's-
Daniel apparently took my lights out.
I got to interject, in case you didn't know. They sparred, many times, but particularly when Daniel Dubois, I think, was in about 18 years old, he said he got the better of AJ and scrambled him big time. And he told the world about this, and he traded off of this and used it to sell himself. And fair fucks, by the way. Like, if Anthony Joshua is the guy and you had a bit of success about him, you're going to shout it from the rooftops, and you might embellish a bit. But you can tell in the way AJ said, apparently you did, he's wording in that way because he wants him to, all right, then say it to my face. What did you do? Because I was there. So let's hear it now.
I'm not here to spar, I'm here to fight him. So let's talk about the fight.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk about it. But it's funny because Daniel Dubois has been talking about that for years. So for him now to sort of back down in person, I'm a bit, not sure. Like, it's not giving confidence.
He said that Hrgovic destroyed him in sparring.
You heard what
Look what
everyone
happened,
is.
you know.
Well,
yeah, look what happened.
Talking
in the
about
ring.
sparring,
Yeah.
nah, this is not sparring no more.
They say that, but that's not what happened.
No, but they call sparring, but
And that didn't happen. The fact of the matter is, they're not sparring. Whatever happened 7 years ago happened 7 years ago.
What happened 7 years
It's what
AJ's really putting it on them.
Everyone tries to underestimate me, use my name for clout and boost their career, but now Daniel's got a chance to do it by fighting me. That's the best way he'll prove himself, is by fighting me.
AJ's actually giving advice here. Like, he's big bro. Like, because let's be real, he's been the guy for a long time when, Dubois was just coming up as a baby. And it just shows the way he sees Dubois. He doesn't see Dubois as his equal. He sees him as a little bro. And that's why he's saying, well, now you get the chance to do it by fighting us. And that might be a mistake, because sometimes when you're in that frame of mind, if you're not on my level and all of a sudden you're in a fucking real dogfight and you're not ready for it, shit goes south real quick. And I'm not saying that's going to happen by any means, but it's interesting that that's clearly AJ's state of mind right here.
I remember when I changed trainers, I remember hearing you saying that a trainer can't make a fighter. All he needs to do is be motivated himself, and so on and so forth. You're one of the people that would disrespect me when I was making a lot of decisions based on what I was doing for my career. And now we're here talking about the benefits of trainers. So as I said, just like we spoke about Daniel and you making claims to what I've done wrong and how he's handled me in the gym and so on to try and boost their credibility, 100% a trainer.
I've had to boost his credibility.
I gotta say, AJ really should be putting it on politicians here, because he's really doing a job in calling out, well, you said this, so let's hear it right. Come on then. Say it now. So I'm right in front of you. Come on then. The way AJ is just staring off into the distance right now. No one's saying anything to piss him off. He hasn't been particularly provoked. And yet every bit of body language and facial expressions is giving off, I just want to beat the fucking shit out of this guy right now. This is the version of AJ we love to see. This is the big performance version of AJ.
Aside from belts and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
Both of you have said that as well. Both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But let's wait till the 21st.
Yeah, not in me in the middle,
If
please.
he wants to swing, go. Let's go now.
Shut up, relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's
Relax.
go. If you want to go
Put
now.
this chair across your face. Don't disrespect
No,
me.
you can't intimidate
Don't
me.
disrespect
You can't
me.
intimidate me.
Don't disrespect
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect
think you
me.
are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. You can't put this chair across your face. Don't disrespect me. Hear me? Nah, don't disrespect me on my life, my boy. I want this little boy, you know.
He's calling him a little boy again. And I've seen this clip when they first released it, when it first happened. We hadn't seen the entire thing. Judging by the way the face-off's going and the fact that he's calling him little boy and all of that, I like it. I feel like AJ is offended that Daniel Dubois even thinks about fighting him. Do you know who the fuck I am? How dare you sign your name on the dotted line of a contract for a fight against me? I'll fucking take everything you've ever worked for from, son. I'm gonna fucking annihilate you. This is the energy, man. This is what I want to see.
Don't disrespect me, bro.
No.
You know who the This guy thinks he's talking to.
No.
It's good. Don't take disrespect lightly, Dan.
It's good.
Dan, I don't take disrespect lightly, you know. Don't sit on the table telling me we can go now and do all of this and that and try to call me out. Relax. We've had a good face-off here. We had a good conversation. Don't turn it into something that you don't want.
AJ's behaving like the boss of this room. No one else. And I've got to believe that that's exactly what he wants to do in the boxing ring. He wants to dictate the terms. He wants to say how we're fighting, dictate the pace, all of that. And I've got to believe that this is his whole frame of mind for this. What I will say is Daniel Dubois didn't back down. And that's massive because most people, I've seen it before. Remember Brazil shitting his pants the minute AJ turned around and said, "You're not about that life." When he hit him with that was like, I was like, shit, AJ's really that guy. Dubois handled it way better. Props to him. He really did fucking stand up and man up in that moment.
Can we call that a cut?
Yeah.
And that's lunch.
We'll cut it, guys, in our retro.
And these coming off now, these mice.
Fuck me, that was good. That was good. Sometimes the AJ promo, because he's Mr. Brand Safe, squeaky clean, it's a little too professional. He brought it. They all brought it. That was great from the promoters, great from Daniel. Loved that. And I've got plenty more videos coming up about this fight and the event itself in the next couple of weeks before it takes place. And I can't wait to really get into the details of who wins and why. Also, we've got a vlog coming out from the last Riyadh season card we did in LA. That is a sick little video coming out. I really hope you enjoy it. We put a little bit of time into editing. I'm having a bit of fun with it for you guys. Also, before I go, don't forget the link for the pay-per-view for AJ versus Dubois is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. If you want to watch the pay-per-view, you're also helping us out in the process. If you haven't already, hit the like button, stay subscribed to the Pain Game YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.